the DJI Neo mini drone be used as a standalone recording device for my daily running vlogs? Let's find out. So for today's video, I am only using my DJI Neo. I've left my action camera at home and I'm just going to use this device to shoot all the footage. I'm recording the audio using my DJI Mic 2, which is attached to my jacket. And let's see how it goes. We've had a couple of little mishaps so far. Had the drone set too high for the woods, so it caught a couple of branches and we've had a couple of crashes so far. Other than that, it seems to be okay. The light isn't great, it's quite early, the sun isn't up yet, so apologies for that, but I wanted to get out before the rest of the dog walkers hit the trails and we get disturbed. So let's see how the drone copes with this little section of trail. There's quite a lot of overhanging branches and a bit of a direction change as well. Now let's try and get this thing to come in and land. I'm having a few problems with getting the drone to land, especially when it's in the follow me mode. It tends to hover just a little bit out of reach. So the aim for today's little experiment is just to see if it's feasible to use the DJI Neo as a standalone vlogging camera, and if I could also get a meaningful run whilst filming. I normally use an action camera for shooting my daily vlogs and it's very simple. I don't have to disrupt my run at all, just press the button, pull out the selfie stick and away we go. So I'm anticipating a little bit of faffing around. Obviously it's a new device to me and it's not quite designed for this type of use. But if I can produce some half decent content with minimal fuss, then I suppose it's not a completely bad thing. I'll put the modes on the video. It's currently in direction tracking and it is struggling a little bit in the trees, and it also appears to struggle to come into land. There we go. I have brought a couple of spare batteries with me, and obviously that's going to be a little bit of faff getting those changed. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to run the drone till it completely runs out of battery, and then we'll get it changed quickly and we'll move on to the next part of the run. I definitely think the drone works best in follow me mode. It's currently set to follow at the furthest distance and it's in the high setting, which does struggle with some overhanging branches. And that's a new battery installed. Just a few seconds, very quick changeover, and we're back running again. We're now in direction track mode, which is a customizable preset. I haven't brought my phone out with me today, so I'm relying completely on the inbuilt modes to shoot this video. So the drone took a pretty hefty crash then. It hit the tree just behind and landed in a very, very muddy puddle. So the drone's covered in mud. It's a little bit damp as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to head out onto the field, get away from all these obstacles, and we'll run through the other modes to see how it goes. We're on the football fields now, so there's no overhanging branches or obstacles that could snag the drone, and I'm going to run through the rest of my run session. Today's run was supposed to be 40 minutes, nice and easy, with a set of strides thrown in. I'm going to use the football field for my strides. We'll have a play around with the different shooting modes to see how it goes. Currently in tracking mode, tracking from the side. Looks like it's doing a pretty decent job. How does that audio sound? I'm recording internally into the DJI Mic, and I'll sync it up with the footage later when I do the edit. So I'll leave the camera running for this first stride. It's just going to be a length of the football field. That's one done. Let's bring it into land and we'll try a different mode. Where's Missy? I think she was expecting to go home then. So we've tried to do another direction track with a drone in front of me there. Not sure what's happened, but it's decided it ain't gonna play. So let's see if we can pick it up again. There we go, it's found me. Come on then, let's go. Direction track is potentially one of the best modes to use. And I think it'll be quite an interesting one to use when I'm out cycling. I'm just going to do a quick turn round and we'll keep the drone in that mode and see if it continues to follow. Brilliant landing, well done. Well, that's my strides finished. Just going to have a jog around the fields and then we'll head home. Now I'm going to be completely honest now. This has been a little bit of a faff. I've been out for 35 minutes and I've covered just short of 3Ks. So it has been a little bit stop-start, and I'm not sure as a standalone device on its own it's the best tool for the job. Definitely in combination with an action camera, but I don't think I'll be taking it out for daily vlogs without a backup device to hand. But it has been interesting and I would appreciate your feedback. How does the audio sound? Is the video passable? It's very gloomy today, lots of mist, and the drone is struggling a little bit to track me. I've worn a very bright cap to help it. Come on. And this stop start every time we want to bring the drone in. So the drone finally came to land a few minutes later, and we're now just heading back through the woods and then we're going to go home. It's been an interesting experiment, not one I will be repeating anytime soon. I think the DJI Neo has definitely got a place in my running vlogs, but it definitely isn't a main camera. Come on. Okay, so I'm about to put the drone away, just do one last finishing shot and then it's going to be heading home. So I've ran, I'll finish up with around 5k and about 15 minutes of running and faffing around with this drone. It's a great little drone, but it's not a main camera. So I think that's the experiment over. I'd appreciate your feedback, and if you have made it this long, why don't you consider subscribing? Hit the like button, and if you've got any questions, please hit me up in the comments. But for now, my name's Paul, and that was Paul Runs Daily.